Have you ever felt like life is speaking to you not with words, but with a feeling? A song that plays at the exact moment you need reassurance. A stranger saying something you've been secretly thinking. A sudden dream that feels more real than reality. These are not random accidents. They are whispers from the universe, gentle nudges guiding your steps. But the universe never shouts. It speaks in quiet ways, and to hear it, you must slow down. When you become still enough to listen, you discover that life is a constant conversation. A conversation between your soul and the infinite. Today, we'll explore how to recognize these whispers, how to trust them, and how they can transform the path ahead. The universe has its own language. It doesn't use letters or sounds. It speaks in patterns, feelings, and synchronicities. Every repeating number you see, every meaningful dream you wake up from, every moment that feels strangely familiar. These are messages. They are vibrations translated into moments you can notice. But you can only notice them when you're aware. Awareness is like tuning into a secret radio frequency. Once you hear it, the world feels alive with meaning. You start to see how every moment is connected to something larger. The more fluent you become in this language, the more clearly you will be guided. We've all experienced moments that feel too perfect. Meeting the right person at the right time. Hearing a word over and over from different sources. Getting an answer you needed in a random video or article. Many dismiss these as coincidence, but there's more to them than chance. Coincidence is the universe's camouflage. It hides miracles in plain sight, so only those who are paying attention can see. If you learn to trust these moments, you'll find they appear more often. They arrive when you're aligned, when your thoughts, actions, and energy match the timing of the universe. And when that alignment happens, doors open with almost no effort. Intuition is your direct connection to the universe. It is the voice that speaks without sound, the knowing that comes without proof. Sometimes it's a sudden feeling in your chest. Sometimes it's a quiet certainty in your mind. It might feel small, but it's often the first step towards something life-changing. The challenge is, intuition doesn't argue to convince you. It whispers once and trusts you to follow. When you ignore it, you may still reach your destination, but the journey will be harder. When you follow it, life flows more easily, and you find yourself in the right place. At the right time more often than you can explain. Sophia sat alone, her hands wrapped around a cup of coffee. She had been debating whether to quit her job for weeks. Her mind was a storm of fear and hope. As she stared at the raindrops, a man at the next table opened a book. It was the same book Sophia had wanted to read for months. Her eyes fell on a highlighted sentence. Sometimes you already know the answer, you're just afraid to choose it. The words pierced her heart. No conversation happened. No advice was given. But something inside her shifted. When she left the cafe, she knew exactly what she had to do. It wasn't luck, it was a whisper. Dreams are not meaningless. They are messages wrapped in symbols. Water may represent emotion. A bridge might signal change. A key could represent opportunity. Some dreams bring comfort, others bring warning. Pay attention to the ones that feel heavy, and the ones that feel unusually peaceful. They often arrive when you're ignoring something important in waking life. Keep a notebook by your bed. Write your dreams before they fade into the morning. Over time, you'll see recurring patterns that reveal exactly what your soul has been trying to tell you. Nature is one of the universe's most loyal messengers. A bird that appears every morning at the same time. A sudden rainstorm that forces you to stay in, only to avoid something you didn't know was coming. The way the wind picks up just as you speak certain words. These are not just weather events. They are conversations. Nature reflects what is happening in your energy. When you notice these moments, you feel more connected, not just to the earth, but to the infinite wisdom that created it. Nature doesn't speak loudly, but when it speaks, its timing is perfect. Synchronicity is the universe's way of winking at you. It's when the right thing happens. At the exact right moment. It feels like magic, but it's actually alignment. It's when your inner world and outer world fall into the same rhythm. You think of someone, and they call seconds later. You imagine a place, and you're invited there the next day. It's not coincidence, it's confirmation. It's the universe saying, you're on the right path. Keep going. These are the moments that make life feel like a beautiful, unfolding story. Amir was wandering through a busy market in a city he barely knew. He felt lost, unsure of his next step in life. Then a gust of wind carried a red scarf into his hands. When he turned to return it, he met an elderly woman. She looked at him with kind, knowing eyes and said, "You're exactly where you're meant to be." Before he could respond, she disappeared into the crowd. The scarf was gone, but the words stayed with him for years. Later, he realized, that moment had changed everything. The universe doesn't always explain. It simply gives you what you need to hear. The more present you are, the more signs you will notice. Ask the universe for guidance, but stay open to unexpected answers. Don't demand a specific sign, let it choose the best way to reach you. When you receive a sign, acknowledge it. Gratitude attracts more guidance. If you ignore signs, they may stop appearing, not out of punishment, but because you've stopped listening. Treat every whisper like a gift. The more you listen, the louder they will become. The universe is always speaking. It speaks in the quiet spaces between thoughts. It guides through chance meetings, through dreams, through the pull of your intuition. You don't need to see the whole map. You only need to trust the next step. Every sign is a piece of a puzzle that's been waiting for you to assemble. When you trust the whispers, life becomes less about control, and more about flow. You realize you've never been lost. You've always been guided, and the path ahead is brighter than you can imagine.